I like it very much. Has a definite frontier kind of feel to it. Would be great if they have a coffee. The smell of baking is strong with this one. What a perfect delight. It feels like proper frontier stuff going on here. Well, I think Shetland is finally going to give up the secrets and the answers that I was searching for. I was looking for that mystical Scottish, sort of settlement, the sparseness, little patches of life going on, little communities. And I think here at Hoswick, I believe it's Hoswick, I think I found it. And that Spar shop, I mean, even though Spar is a national chain, I mean, they're still, well, it's a global chain. It's a franchise. And that has the absolute appearance of, a frontier town. And yeah, I've had to wait all the way to Shetland before I found it. Truly awesome. Okay, back to Lerwick. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's have a little look further on. So Hoswick's down here. So I believe that might actually be Sandwick. It's the Sandwick-Hoswick border. An invisible, yet no less important, dividing line that has been fought over for generations, which led in the 1800s to the Great Sandwick-Hoswick War, which lasted in the local pub for almost an entire evening. I suppose I'll now have to put a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen for some people that no, that didn't actually happen, I just made it up. And once again, you've reached the end of the line. Yeah. Yeah, Death Magnetic was a far better album than Saint Anger. Saint Anger was a mess. But if it wasn't for Saint Anger, there wouldn't be the fabulous sort of Spinal Tap inspired of true life documentary called Some Kind of Monster, which I've binged many times. Well, can't exactly binge it because it's one film. Right, let's get out of Sandwick, Hoswick, back to the main road, and I'll track down some kind of accommodation for the night. Campsite, of course. In my initial research, I don't recall there being anything actually in and around Lerwick, but more sort of on the fringes. So I may have to go a little bit further afield. There's a definite feel, a different pace of life here. I got a big sense of it down there and in that shop. It may also be that I'm feeling a little bit drained today. Not only because I've been on the road for quite a good while, road fatigue as they call it, but also because I didn't have the best night's sleep last night. I'd say out of the 6.5 to 7 hour period, I probably had 3.5 hours of sleep. I don't feel like I'm going to fall asleep, I just feel a little bit rough. That feeling like you've got a cold coming on or something, which I haven't. Yeah, it's loads of these little settlements. You could probably do an entire series just visiting every little settlement on Shetland alone. Back to Lerwick. Easily the largest populated area on the island. Not really after getting food supplies at the moment. I need to stop somewhere, probably have a swig of water and do a quick bit of research on where I'm going to be camping. If it's not too far away, I shall go there and yeah, book it, pay for it. And probably pay for 2 nights, because then I can leave the tent there tomorrow, explore the sort of west and east middle of Shetland, and possibly even use it as a base for when I explore the north. It's currently Friday, and the ferry I'm getting back off of Shetland isn't going back to Orkney. I'm getting the one that goes from Lerwick here to Aberdeen, on the mainland. It's a 13.5-hour journey. Yes. Once again, it's the old sleeping pods. Hopefully, with all filming behind me, the series in the bag, I'll be able to stop worrying so much. Breathe easy, because it is a worry. You do all this work, and especially when it's not so bad with travels by narrowboat. I've done it for so long, and I know what to expect. The viewers know what to expect, and everything's hunky-dory. But when I'm starting something completely brand new, it's quite a bit of pressure. So what if you do all that work and you can't make any coherent sense of it? That's pay on display. Right, bike park there. Let's stop here. Right. Oh, I've been recommended a campsite at a place called Scalloway, which is about 6 miles away. I'm going to book that as a base for 5 nights, which will be up to Tuesday night, and go back on the Lerwick to Aberdeen ferry on Wednesday. I just met a couple of viewers. They're on a BMW GS. I've been quite lucky with the viewers. The Orkney campsite yesterday, 2 viewers who were staying there, and we had a chat. So nice meeting you as well. Right, let's go and check out this campsite. It's a spring bank holiday in England, but in Scotland they don't do that. So technically it's not a bank holiday. But it's a weekend and it's sunny. So it may be that the campsite doesn't have availability for the full 5 nights. That's assuming they have availability for even 1 night. It's 6 miles to Scalloway, and there's said to be a little village and a little shop to go with it. Yeah, I'm feeling quite whacked. I looked for black pudding in that Spar shop, but no, they didn't have any. They had fruit pudding, which I think is a kind of, it looks more like a kind of haggis white pudding, but with bits of fruit in it. I think it might have been like black currants, that kind of stuff, which I considered, but no, this is a proper scientific test. I'm evaluating black pudding. One turning coming up, Scalloway and Borough Isle. Cutting across the hills, and this will be a good base as long as they have space. Yeah, that rhymes. As this is the way I would have been going to explore the centre area of Shetland tomorrow. if you can hear a humming there, it's tyre noise. The front tyre is starting to become worn. It's still legal, there's still plenty of tread, but it's a Metzeler Tourance, an original Metzeler Tourance, and when they get to a certain wear, they start to sound rather like the old Land Rover military tyres. They hum on the road. Let's just get past this car. Good engine braking on the BM. I've always liked it. No need to touch the brakes there, just close the throttle. Hello. Have I been here? I haven't been here this morning, have I? No. I don't remember this. Wow. Yeah, I don't remember this lot. This looks like a quarry. And there's what's going on there is the police is down there, stop the traffic. There's a big lorry in front. Is there like a police escort? Maybe it's a wide load. A large machine. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a boat. It's a vessel of some description. Somebody's having their boat transported by road. I did that with Aslan back in, what was it, March 2022, when I went from Garstang Marina on the Lancaster back to the main canal system. That's a very wide boat. You wouldn't get that on the canal. Well, you could try, but it would touch the bottom. Well, it wouldn't even fit because you'd have to go on the Grand Union, but as soon as you come to the first bridge or lock, that's you're stuck. What are they doing? And they're waiting for him to clear the road. Cool, mate, you get a boat through there. How many miles is this going on? How many miles? Block the road the way you do. Policeman's work is never done. Yeah, it's a perfect marina down there, so mind you, there's one a bit further on. Just chuck it in there, go on, deal with it later. Scalloway, half a mile to the centre of Scalloway, and then I need to try and pick up some indication of where the campsite is. Upper Scalloway. Look for the brown tourist signs. Scalloway Centre, Scalloway Museum, boat trips. What I need is Scalloway campsite. Everybody else is peeling off the other way, so maybe that's what I should be doing. Nope. Scalloway Meat Co. I've heard of that. They're the ones who make the finest Shetland black pudding, so I've read. Right. Well, I shall be buying some black pudding from there, let me tell you. Oh yes. Firstly, I need to find the campsite. There's no mention of it on the sat nav, so I need a postcode, which I shall get now. Well, of course, how silly of me. Scalloway campsite is in fact not in Scalloway. It's about 1.5 miles away in a place called Astor. Yeah, Scalloway Meat Co. Wonder what days they're open. They're open Saturdays as well. I'll probably be here tonight actually, or this afternoon after I've set up the base camp. Right, so back the way we came. Quite magnificent, the landscape, and where people chose to build many of these places. I mean, if it was me, I'd pick a flat area, but nope. There is something about having a place clinging onto the side of a cliff. Half a mile. Must be getting warm because it's said to have some magnificent views. There's a motorhome. And I believe I might actually be spying a campsite. Is this it? Scalloway Caravan Park. Oh, it says bookings only. Well, hopefully it's so quiet they can't afford to be choosy and insist on bookings only. Well, there's room. Incredibly, use of the washer and dryer is included in the £16 per night rental. All this surrounding farmland and the various houses dotted about belong to the site owners and their relations. What a fabulous site. Well, I'm all booked in and paid up then for the next 5 nights. Which will take me to Wednesday when I go back to the mainland on the Lerwick to Aberdeen ferry. Whew. Well, this is it then. The final contestant in the critical Scottish Islands black pudding competition. And this particular black pudding is by the Scalloway Meat Company, manufactured just 1.5 miles away in the little harbour village of Scalloway. Right, here we go then. The moment of truth. If I can pick it up. My. Well, I'm going to say, well, firstly, it's firmer than the Lewis, because the Lewis black pudding tends to sort of fall apart. Not as firm as the Orkney black pudding. That was too firm. Not a huge amount of flavour. This is in between. It's firm, but it still breaks up. There's a lot more seasoning. There's a lot more sort of pepper. If I had to pick a black pudding that I was going to have regularly, it's going to have to be the Shetland Scalloway Meat Company black pudding. It breaks up when you eat it. It's not overly firm, and it's got a delicious seasoning, peppery. It's delicious. Oh my. Somebody has been flying along and lost it. Big styly. There's a lot going on here. What are they doing? My, some trees. Something you don't usually see in the Outer Hebrides.